The author's kind of biased, but let's give him a mild benefit of the doubt. Here's the thing. Whether the LEAP manifesto is toxic or not, it is necessary that the left wins the debate on climate change. And that means on pipelines and on emissions. I'm not convinced it's quite that bad, really. But even if it is, it doesn't matter. I'm willing to lose every election for the next 30 years. It's one of those issues that has a moral aspect to it that is more important than short-term politics. Okay? Which is to say that it might be true that pushing for a moratorium on new pipeline projects is politically impossible. But that doesn't matter. It's morally correct. And the argument that it's okay to just, destroy the planet in order to win an election, that cannot be accepted. There cannot be a compromise on this. The stakes are too high. The time for compromise has passed. And if it means, electing, if the NDP isn't going to do the right thing, then it won't matter. And there has to be a scorched earth policy here. You have to call the party on its bluff and force it to do what it needs to do under threat of losing power. The argument needs to be turned around the other way because it won't matter. If you're going to elect NDP and get conservatives, then why am I afraid to elect conservatives, right? I mean, you could have said something similar, but the Whigs fighting against slavery, it was madness, and it was. Did they want to start a civil war? Well, it might not have been anybody's first choice, but the fact is that it had to happen. And likewise, all of the chaos and probably violence that's about to erupt in Alberta around the pipelines has to happen. It can't happen. Okay? So you can look at this how you will, but the people fighting for the ideas in the manifesto will not stop until the tar sands are shut down. Okay, and you're consequently going to have to get used to fighting us. And that's going to mean a lot of different things. It's going to mean a lot of different vectors. It's going to mean court battles. It's going to mean blockades. It's going to mean political activism, civil disobedience. Hopefully, they can keep the more violent tendencies to a minimum, but it depends on how resistant the resource extractors are going to be. If they violence is not preferable, but it may become necessary, right? But at the very least, you can plan on court battles, on marches, on blockades, all of these things until the moratorium is in place. And there's nothing that it's get used to it, right? That might mean the ultimate marginalization. I certainly hope not. I think that the planet certainly hopes not, but you will have to get used to that because the opposition will not go away, and these delusions that the right argument or the right policy will eliminate the opposition are just that, they're delusions. So get used to us. We're not going anywhere.